Okay with that? We lost it, so let's bring it back.
Give me one moment.
Too late. Too late?
I'm calling a point of order just because we lost Wi-Fi. We're trying to get anybody who was on Wi-Fi who wanted to comment back, just in case.
And there may be one comment.
I know, we see that, but it was the Wi-Fi. I felt badly for the people on Wi-Fi. They lost everything, so. You doing okay? Getting there?
Maybe. Let's see.
Sorry for the delay. Actually, while we're waiting, I think I'd like to weigh in with a couple of comments here. This is, there's a lot of ways to look at this topic. I keep coming back to the fact that I have a difficult time somehow penalizing 13 STRs that are existing where we haven't had complaints. And I've gone through the list of the comments that were provided by one of the STR owners. Australia, our home away from home. If I could give this day 100 stars, we would. I mean, these are incredible comments. The place to be in Pittsford, the best quiet vacation. We visited all the restaurants and had coffees and pastries and spent time at a wine bar. People are experiencing our community not because they want to be in a hotel. They want to be in a place that connects them in a very different way, I think, to our community. And so 13 SDRs, I'm looking at the grandfathering component of this, and I think I would like the board to actually just reconsider that. I mean, at least it's a starting point, and we have the registry in place, and so if something really goes off the rails, we have that mechanism, and we have other mechanisms in our code. And that's really where I keep circling back to that. I'm just looking at comments from Spain, from Australia. The place is amazing. We look forward to returning. Pittsford is our favorite place to stay.
Can I comment, Mayor?
Well, I'd like to finish my comments first, if I may. I mean, and this is obviously with one owner, but I don't know. I just feel that we're somehow penalizing a very small group of people that just put in their heart and soul and their money into our community, not knowing that this was ever going to happen. And I just haven't heard the downside in a way that I would want to legislate against what's already existing. That's me. Any other opinions? Point of order, Lisa.
So my question then, I read the comments too, and they're wonderful, and I agree with all the benefits the STRs have, I truly do. But why would we stop there? If it's such a need and it's so great, why don't we just leave it and let a lot of people experience the village and make money off of our village? Why don't we just let it go?
Well, we get tax revenue too. We're built out. We don't have that many sources of revenue. So
But why would we even limit then?
that could also be. Point of order, please. Point of order. Everybody, please. I know, everybody cares. Point of order, please. It's back to the board, and we thank you for your forbearance. We just want to try to close this out. But
we talk about how great it is, and we've had no complaints, and the buildings are beautiful, and I hear all those great things. So, when we started this process, we started it because, everybody in the United States is dealing with this issue. And if there wasn't an issue for future thought, then we would just let it go. So, why are we doing it? Why are we limiting? And then we go back to, hold on a minute, where's my little thing? So I just went through this NICOM. So NICOM is the New York Commission of Mayors. And they had on their front page about local regulation of short-term rentals, factors relevant to regulating short-term rentals. This is what they say. Again, this is not me. This is just what they say. You can find it online. Issues: traffic and parking, noise, visual impact, disruption to the housing market, unfair market competition, taxes, and availability of a responsible party. So that's what our NICOM has on their website as to, why communities are regulating Airbnbs.
Yeah. Hang on, point of order, please, because I don't think anybody here is concerned about, the idea of having some regulation with short-term rentals. I'm only looking at the ones that just exist. It's 13 in our village that have done nothing wrong, essentially. That's where I'm coming from. I agree with all the rest of it. I get where we're going with the rest of the legislation. I understand it. I get it. I just keep circling back to the fact that somehow, and every single one of these issues gets addressed with, whether you own a deed to your property and live there, whether you are a rent, long-term rental, every single one of these is a component of a community. So I think, I'm so glad we started with the rental registry. I think that was a great way to start. Again, all the rest of the legislation, I'm there. We can always tweak and tune it. But to somehow say, well, you got a year, oh, by the way, you have, I just feel that it is such a game changer for these 13 Airbnb or short-term rentals in our community that have supported our community, that have not done anything wrong. They brought in people that love our community. We have wonderful comments. That's where I'm stuck. That's where I'm stuck, and I'm sticking with it. So, but
How are we doing?
that's where I'm at.
We had one person come back on, no hands raised, if you want to ask.
Oh, okay. And then there was one other hand that was up in the.
Jeff Mason.
I'm sorry, couldn't see who it was. Is there a comment? Oh, it's Jeff. Jeff Mason. Hi, Jeff.
My name is Jeffrey Mason, and between my parental family and my family, we have had property in the village since November 1951.
Your address where you live, please, for the record.
Okay. Jeffrey
Please
Mason.
address the board.
Okay.
And give us your address for the record.
68 State Street.
Thank you.
It's just over the east bridge
Yes.
to the village, and I remember when that bridge had a wooden floor.
Okay, you have 2 minutes.
Right.
Okay.
Right. I only have one question. Is the village naturally inclined, does it have a natural interest in converting as many residents into commercial properties as they possibly can with no permit?
That's,
That's the question.
okay, well, thank you for the question, but that's kind of not where we're going.
You don't have to answer it, I just.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay, one last, yep, please.
Hi, I'm Jerry DeMarco. I live at 5 Sunset, across the street from the village. One of the things that I know about Airbnb that my wife has as a parent, it's mainly families of Pittsburgh people who want their close families for a wedding to stay in the village and enjoy it and get to say, hey, we're proud, stay here, don't go stay in Henrietta or in the city, where the wedding venue is. Stay here, stay close. And to me, that's really cool. So that's it.
Thank you. Thanks for your input. Appreciate it. Okay, we are going to bring it back to the board. We are going to be closing out this meeting. Just a couple last comments, or if there's any additional direction.
Yeah, at this point, I will make a motion that we set a public hearing for chapter 155 of our code as amended for 6 PM on August 13th, 2024.
I second.
Discussion?
Yeah, if there's a second, we can bring it back for discussion. Dave?
Is there any chance to do it on July 30th? Is that too quick?
Is there a meeting on July
No,
30th?
we could
You mean a special meeting?
have a
Oh.
special meeting.
Oh, I might not.
We're going to need the time to get it.
Oh, yeah, it has to age and it has to go to county.
All right, so August 13th is the earliest
Mhm.
You
possible
can do it.
Yeah,
that you can do it.
yep.
And that's going to be with 120 days and then 30.
Can you speak up?
Yeah, please, yeah, that's true.
August 13th, at what time, Justin?
6.
6 PM.
6 PM, public hearing, and I was just confirming that we had agreed to the 1-year grandfather, 120-day appeal, and then 30 and 30 to.
Answer checkers.
Was it 120 or 150?
I thought it was 150.
We did settle on 150.
We did settle on 150 and then 30.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so discussion, okay, there's a motion before us.
We seconded?
Well, hang on, there was a
Seconded?
second, okay, so roll call, please.
Trustee Lanfair?
Aye.
Trustee Lightgev?
Aye.
Trustee Coe?
Aye.
Trustee Marshall?
Aye.
Mayor Plummer?
Aye.
Motion passes.
So hang on one second, point of order, it's back to the board, please.
That's it.
So we have a public hearing at August 13th, and the time certain for that is 6 o'clock.
But no more workshops.
Hang on one second. Did we want to have the one more?
That's
It was it, it went to public hearing, none. But we always have welcome input from everybody. Okay, I make a motion, we adjourn.
A second?
Roll call, please.
Trustee Lanfair?
Aye.
Trustee Lightgev?
Aye.
Trustee Coe?
Aye.
Trustee Marshall?
Aye.
Mayor Plummer?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.